Hi Scorpio, welcome to your December reading. So you guys are last but not least, obviously. Let's talk some astrology. So we have Saturn and Jupiter. This is the big news of December. Saturn and Jupiter are moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. So they're moving away from your communication and travel and siblings and family section to more of a structured place for you. Saturn being in Aquarius is like future forward kind of thing. Like we're really starting to look into the future of stuff and change our ways of doing things for a future movement, right? And so the energy that's going to be surrounding this for you in particular is learning. This is going to be teaching you how to comfort yourself, how to feel safe within yourself. This is going to be teaching you a lot about where your own security lies and where maybe in the past you've sort of allowed things to be a little bit less than quality for you. This is not about quantity. This is not about how much you can gain in the next 2.5 years while Saturn is there. Yes, Jupiter's going to come in and bless. Jupiter always blesses as long as we learn the lesson, right? And Saturn is there to show you that what the lesson is for you to learn so that Jupiter can bless you. There's going to be a big conjunction on the 21st. So really pay attention to what is going on around that time, because that energy is going to expand in ways where, if you don't feel safe where you are right now, Saturn's going to remove you, or it's going to remove the environment. It's going to literally rip you out of wherever you are that doesn't make you feel safe. And for some people, that's a negative thing because that's their comfort zone. Even though you don't really feel safe there, it's what you know, right? Even if it's not necessarily the best kind of situation, that's what's been there for a long time. So for some people, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but Saturn's not going to let you stay in a place that isn't good for you. That's not for your best and highest good. And with this Sagittarius eclipse that's happening, the values that you hold, that's going to be the biggest thing for you guys. Where are you placing your value? If your value is placed on, like when I say value, I mean, if you think that you need to have a particular job so you can have a particular house, so you can have a particular car, so you can have a particular life and have it look like that, so you can keep up with the Joneses, or you can keep up with somebody else in your life, or, oh wow, look at all these people on Facebook that are getting all of their like Christmas family portraits done. I need to make sure I get in line to do that too, kind of thing. This eclipse is really going to show you where your values should be versus where they have been, right? And the reason why is because it's about freedom. It's about expression. It's about allowing yourself to not play small anymore. Like, why are you trying to have a cookie cutter life? You're a Scorpio, for Pete's sake. Most of you hopefully laughed at that. Anyway, so big things, big shifts are happening in December. I think that the best way for you guys to prepare for this is to allow yourself to flow within the feeling of being safe. And wherever that energy is for you, whether it's in another country, if it's in another state, if it's just sitting within yourself, the more safe you feel within yourself, the more your energy is going to flow in the direction that it's supposed to go in. So keep that in mind as Saturn starts to teach you where your security is going to be for the next 2.5 years. And then beyond that, really, that again, future forward. Like, we're looking beyond 2.5 years. And yes, we can manifest all of that all we want. We can really look at that all we want. But having the expectations of it looking a certain particular in a box kind of way, that is going to, that'll be tricky. Like, you know, try not to get yourself stuck in a particular mindset, in a particular zone. So the cards, I do have a few 6-month forecast readings available if you would like to sign up. And when I say a few, I literally mean like 3 or 4 spots left. So if you would like to sign up, you are more than welcome to. That link is in the description box below. I also have a manifesting class. So we're gonna start like this then. Okay, 3 of Swords and the Tower. That's how we're starting your reading. Okay. And I feel like that 3 of Swords and the Tower, like this energy together, this may be something that and you actually manifested this to happen, but this may be something that has already happened, where the heartbreak already occurred or the pain already occurred and you manifested your way out of it through the Tower, right? You had like I said, Saturn is going to come in and show you where you're not safe. And it might hurt. It might be painful. It might be really hard to accept. But that 3 of Swords, like, let's take those swords out of that heart and let's stitch up the wounds instead of just putting a Band-Aid on it and patting it and saying, okay, move along. The Magician was the next card that came out. So you could be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini, even a Sagittarius with that Magician. Okay. So after the destruction, and you start, you know, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? I actually like the Tower, to be honest, because it's evolution. And when we lose everything, which has happened to me, like I've had to reinvent myself, I don't know how many times, many times. And you guys are used to that. That's how you live, by reinvention of yourself. It's when you get caught up with people who don't understand that about you. That's when the problems start to arise, because then you're trying to be somebody that you're not. This Tower is taking away all of the things that were built on an unstable foundation, and it's leaving you with a clean slate. So stitching up the wounds, being left with a clean slate, we start manifesting. We start planting the seeds. 9 of Pentacles, we start planting the seeds. And then we realize the efforts of being independent and abundant on your own creates rewards and riches. When you're not depending on anybody else to heal your wounds, when you're not depending on anybody else to make you feel better, when you're not depending on anybody else to tell you, you know, how to fix things in your life, but you're being independent and abundant on your own and rebuilding. I love getting the 3 of Pentacles after the rebuilding. Be careful not to talk yourself out of things that feel right, because after a shock or after something painful, like the 3 of Swords and the Tower, you can easily go back into the past and be so afraid that it's going to happen again that you shut yourself down. I mean, that's what the armor is for, that you guys hold over your body. That's why you guys are constantly looking at every single detail. Nothing escapes you, because you're paying attention and you're being aware and you're making sure that you're not going to make any mistakes. But this 5 of Swords, you can sabotage yourself easily with that 5 of Swords. And then the 3 of Pentacles, which is the rebuilding process. And we're starting from the ground up, right? That 3 of Pentacles comes after the wipeout. Let's see. 3 of Swords. So this is like a complete reset. It's like the reset button. Deep breaths. Three of Swords. I think there were like 3 cards that came. Oh no, just 2. Ooh. So there could be a Taurus or an Aquarius around you. But it's so interesting because here's the healing. This is what I'm talking about. Like, make that commitment, right, Taurus? Make that commitment to your own journey. The journey is the star. This is a renewal. A spiritual renewal. So let's see what this Tower, what comes after the Tower energy. You know, the High Priestess on the Tower. Listen to your intuition when it comes, because you're going to know when it's time to cut your losses. And I think that you guys know what I mean when I say that. Like, I don't have to elaborate. There's something that you have to fully release. And you're going to know with that High Priestess, you could be dealing with a Pisces energy also, that either a Pisces, Aquarius, or Taurus that totally like ripped you apart. It's hard to be grateful in the moment when we're in that much pain. It's really hard to be grateful during that moment, but there's, you know, the beauty within the damage is the growth and the evolution of it. But you're going to know. And so I want you to really trust your gut instinct. And I think that it will happen in December. And maybe like not a actual real like either the conversation is going to happen in December, the shift, it's just going to, things have to change. There's no more, because if you stayed where this Three of Swords and this Tower were, if you decided to stay in that energy, that's going to be even more painful than if you just cut your losses and you say, okay, it's time for me to start looking out for number one. Who is that? The Queen of Cups. Thank you very much on the Magician. See what I mean? You manifested this to happen. You created this. Like, that's beautiful. What a beautiful journey to manifest for you guys. And the recognition that you can't stay where you were. The recognition that you have to move on and that you're powerful enough to do it. I mean, I knew that all along, but so when it comes to the money stuff, when you're worried about the money, when you're concerned about the money and you're worried about the money doesn't flow. So the best way to look at this Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and Nine of Pentacles, you're like, I just want to feel secure on my own. Trust me, Saturn's going to show you how. Saturn is going to show you how. And he's going to create the abundance for you within that lesson, right? Because you're going to be in charge of it. But the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles right now, the longer you sit there and vacillate and hold on to everything that you have right now, the harder the energy is going to be to flow through it to get to that Nine of Pentacles. Like, I know that there's a path that you want to take, but you have got to let up and trust that everything is going to happen in divine timing. This is not trusting in divine timing. The Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, That is not trusting in divine timing. And I know, like, I understand that you guys want to get away from this situation as fast as possible, and maybe you need money to be able to do that, or you need some kind of monetary value to be able to do that, but there isn't anything you can do outside of what you're already doing. Just do as much as you can, and then take your hand off the wheel. And like surrender and let the universe know, like, I trust you, I get it, I'm being guided here, show me the way, I've cleared everything out for you. And sometimes it's about you taking a step forward, right? Maybe that is where like, drop a pentacle. You know? You don't have to hold on to all of it that tightly. 5 of Swords. Some of you are like, yes, I do. Yes, I do, Betsy. I have to. Somebody's going to try and talk you out of this too. The Ace of Swords on the 5 of Swords. So that conversation that you have to have with whoever you have to have that conversation with, if it's the person that did the 3 of Swords, if it's the person that did the Tower, just do it. Have the conversation. They may not understand where you're coming from, and that's okay. And with the energy, like, this is what that Sagittarius eclipse is really helping you guys to figure out what your own value is, and then speak your truth on that value. And it doesn't matter the perception of what other people think of your value, right? It matters what you think, ultimately. So have that conversation. You may even be the one that's manifesting the Tower and the 3 of Swords. You know, if lessons were easy, we would never learn anything. I know that kind of sucks, but the truth is the truth is the truth. 3 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. And the Empress is at the bottom of the deck. So you could be dealing with, again, a Libra or a Taurus here. 8 of Cups on the 3 of Pentacles. The rebuilding starts when you walk away. This kind of growth is like pure evolution. This is like you elevating yourself to the next level by creating a path. Like, you created it. You made the journey happen. You see? The 8 of Cups is walking away from the emotional baggage that you've been holding on to for a long time. It's time to release. The Empress. There's that air sign. Queen of Swords, 3 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. It all keeps coming back down to the monetary value of things. And maybe that's the conversation that you need to have. You need to have a conversation either with like a boss or a spouse or a family member or something like that about how you have not been valued in whatever position you're in, whether it's a coworker or whether it's in like a subordinate position. Allow yourself to create outside of the box that's been created for you. Allow yourself to expand outside of that box. Because I feel like that's what this air sign is trying to show you. Like how much, and it could be a Libra, could be an Aquarius. Doesn't really matter, honestly. But I feel like this person is trying to show you what your value is. Like this may be a person that, you know, Saturn is bringing in for you to show you what your value is and where your safety is. And that it doesn't really matter what has happened leading up to this moment. All that matters is this moment. You make a choice for yourself. You don't make that choice for other people, but you make it for yourself. The 10 of Wands on the 3 of Wands. It does feel like quite the chore for you to see the future, for you to see what's going to come up for you. Like it feels very heavy. It feels like work, right? To be future forward, it feels like work. And really the only thing that we can do for ourselves in that point is relax. I know that sounds really weird when you're super stressed out. Like, but Betsy, I have all these things that I have to do and I have all this stuff I have to take care of. I don't have time to relax. I guarantee you that stuff that you need to do and the things that you need to take care of will get taken care of even better if you allow yourself to relax. Reset, recharge. Because at the end of the day, what really it all comes down to is how you see yourself, how you value yourself. And if you value yourself to move forward and commit to yourself to move forward, again, it doesn't matter how you got there. It just matters that you did. Moving on, right? No more sitting in it. All right, guys. I would love to see you at the workshop on the 14th. That would be amazing. The one when we did it in November, like the reason I'm doing it again because the November one was just like mind-blowing. It was amazing too. So I would love to see you guys there. If you want to get a reading from me, all of that information is in the description box. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you really soon. Bye.